brewers of Golden Clear Rainier Beer present Jazz Today. This is Bill Coben, and we're going to be around here for the next 40 minutes, bringing you some of the finest in modern sounds.
It's aged to perfection, brewed naturally too. So light and so smooth, it brings pleasure to you. Rainier, rainier, rainier. Fill the glasses again, fill them up to the brim, full of life, full of cold.
Here's some relaxed and great Dixieland with Jack Teagarden playing Blues After Hours.
It's after hours and you can't get in. It's after hours and you can't get in. We close at 9 o'clock and now it's after 10. Honey, won't you please call again? Now you always dig me when you need a lend. Oh, you always dig when you need a lend. Now take it away, baby, oh, you're not my friend. Now, baby, 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 you don't love me no more. Now, baby, 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 you don't love me no more. So go away and stop that knocking on my back door.
Jack Teagarden from a 1947 recording. That was Jack on the vocal also, in case you didn't know, featuring guys like Peanut Tucko on clarinet, Max Kaminsky on trumpet, Chuck Wayne on guitar, and Dave Tuff on drums, among others. We move up about 8 years now from our Playboy All-Stars jazz album to some of the music of Dizzy Gillespie, and this was a big band, thing you don't see very often these days, and one that Diz didn't have for quite some time. Besides Dizzy on trumpet, we've got Willie Smith and Clyde Dunn on alto sax, Curtis Amy and Edward Beale on tenors, Melba Liston, who wrote the tune, on trombone, Harry Sweets Edison on trumpet, Albert Barty on drums, George Bledsoe on bass, and the late Carl Perkins on piano. The tune is called Oasis. Dizzy Gillespie with Oasis. So have you ever noticed that most of the taverns around serve Rainier Diamond Draft? Well, maybe you don't notice as you go by taverns, but when you go in, you sure notice, because when you get Diamond Draft, you know you're drinking fine draft beer. Well, that's kind of to be expected anyway, since there are just a few genuine draft beers in America today. And one of these is Rainier Diamond Draft. It's separately brewed for serving on tap. Your first frosty glass at your favorite tavern tells you how refreshingly good real draft beer can be. The Rainier neon sign welcomes you to enjoy truly distinctive Rainier Diamond Draft. Our next recording is truly outstanding for three reasons. Reason number one is Shelly Manne. Reason number two is Red Mitchell. And reason number three is the recording engineer. And you'll see why as we listen to Playboys Can Cook. Shelly Manne tells an interesting story regarding that piece. It seems that he and Red Mitchell were at a recording session with Barney Kessel, who was leading the group, and all the guys went into the engineering studios to hear a playback of the piece they'd just recorded. And Shelly and Red stayed in the studio and decided to play some blues, which they did. And unbeknownst to them, the engineer was recording the whole thing. It turned out to be a real gasser. Playboys Can Cook, it's called, with Shelly Manne and Red Mitchell. We have now some very light, pleasant blowing by Bud Shank on the alto and sax, also featuring Jimmy Rolls on piano, Larry Bunker playing the vibes, an instrument that he is featuring himself on these days, although originally he was a drummer, and still is, Al Hendrickson on guitar, Joe Mondragon on bass, and Mel Lewis on drums. This was recorded in 1958. Bud Shank playing Misty Eyes. We're going to have some more fine jazz for you next week on Jazz Today. Be sure to listen. Your host tonight has been Bill Coben, and we'll see you Tuesday night at 10:20 with some more fine music. And don't forget the album of classics, which comes up in 15 minutes following the bedtimers edition of the news on KOMO.